Boys, what is going on? Welcome back to the podcast where we go live for y'all.
Here we are. We're live. Episode 32 on Facebook and YouTube and wherever you're listening to this. Let's start the intro. Roll it.
They're guys. They do magic. They are the Magic Guys.
All right, now we're proper live. Proper.
I'm not ready.
Now, if you
live.
can see this, guys, I've spent many a time configuring a second camera to my setup so that I can switch between close-up work and headshot talking, baby. And you know what that means?
That
It means
Hold on,
nothing.
guys. Can we do over? Can we just do a do-over here? I wasn't ready.
No, we're live already. Yeah.
All right, bro.
Roger
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're live.
I must say, Jason, your camera is outstanding. I'm very happy to see that you've upgraded this situation. Your
Yeah, I've been
setup
working
is
on it.
great. I'm not surprised. Of course it's great. You would settle for nothing less.
Slowly getting to a point where I'll be going live on the old YouTubes.
Great.
So pretty excited about that.
Hey,
but
we
for
gotta
now,
talk about we gotta talk about Doug's $500,000.
That's right, baby. $500,000.
doesn't count. It's on TikTok.
Oh, it counts.
If you'd rather, we could talk about also hitting 200K on YouTube, which is,
That one there. That one there. I'll talk about. That one's. That one's quite impressive, dude.
still
200K.
weird. It's as weird as TikTok, but
200K though. That's a thing, man. That is a legitimate thing. 200,000 people follow you on a platform that is oversaturated and difficult to grow on. You're killing it.
Go figure.
Tell us your
go
post.
figure.
I don't know. It's either I at some point
That's
I
the
have to
secret.
accept it, embrace it. I'm thankful for it, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, everybody.
Wait, how
has
about a
good
couple
time.
of shout outs, brother? I'm going to need you to.
No, man, I'm happy to share the. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yes, I'm here to help, man.
Yeah, we all are. That's the whole point about
Hey,
Patreon
speaking
and
of
all the
which,
rest
you
of it.
mentioned you were going to do a little tutorials on the old pip trip. I'd love to have that on the YouTubes.
Yeah, you want me to make that?
Yeah,
that
I do.
tutorial?
Absolutely. I would love you, not just like you, to love you to make that tutorial.
Yeah, you can put it on your channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll point them to your direction. It'll be a mutual magic love fest. Everybody
Okay, well,
benefits.
I'll put it together and send it
great.
your way.
Yes, do that. Thanks.
Sweet.
What's up, everyone listening as well? Jesse, Adam, Gutbuster, Mike. That's actually it at the moment. We appreciate all of you being here.
Let's go back
Both,
to Cam 2, boys.
Ooh, this is great. We get to see the comments popping up for both.
So
Facebook
dig it.
and,
Today I
YouTube.
must say that's one of the strong suits of being able to go live. You're talking about you're ramping up to YouTube lives, and today, this 500K kind of crept up on me. But I looked at it and I said I was about 600 or 700 away. Well, about a year ago, for me to conjure up 600 or 700 followers in a day would be near impossible. But today I said we can do this. So I hunkered down to the live station and I did my thing until we hit it. So it's
what's a funny thing as well?
The power of the live stream on these platforms is strong. You were saying
You could literally sit live now while we're doing the podcast. You could sit live and you would still grow.
this is a TikTok. I could be on TikTok right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, missing opportunities.
What are
Well,
we doing?
it's time for us to step up our A game, right? Time to
Yeah.
bring it full circle. What about you, Josh? What milestones have you hit? 2,500 on YouTube, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I hit 2,500. It still feels like a milestone for me, grinding it out from the vlog 1 to now vlog 88 or whatever I'm up to. Still feels good. Still enjoying making my content. I'm editing one now from my trip to Cairns, my last trip to Cairns over the weekend. Still happy.
It's beautiful work. And as I do my thing, especially my horrible long form content, which I slowly improve at, but I'm still bad at it. And I see guys like your work, Josh and Jason, who just knocks it out of the ballpark every time. And you're the guys that should be growing there. And you are. I'm not growing on the long form side, right? It's all short. So it's a weird world. But
You figured out what works. So there's nothing wrong with.
here's the key, which you mentioned, just do it for the love of it, right? So just do that.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Well, I think if you start making content for any other reason than you're enjoying it, is detrimental to your own mental well-being.
Yeah,
Jason is gay, just FYI. So for you that can see that down the bottom there, that is facts. That is facts.
Technology.
Wonderful.
Josh, it's 2021, bro. You can't make jokes like that anymore. You'll offend someone.
But what was the joke?
You are the joke.
Gay just means happy, right? That's what it
Depends on where you're from. We're from Australia, so
I don't know. I just live in New Orleans. I don't know anything about any of that.
Ah, well, that's okay.
different
Got
times.
Jason
Anyway, let me teach you about it, Doug.
So both Jason and I are in lockdowns right now.
That's crazy.
Doug
Being in the
is the only
States where
free
everything
one.
is like so normal here, it's so weird that, modern day society is still in lockdown.
In
Not like
Brisbane,
you guys
It's because Australia just panics, man.
Yeah.
Australia panics at a cough, and then they shut down and ruin their own economy. And
Yeah.
I think Australia handled it the worst. Did you know that the prediction, they've done a whole prediction thing? They reckon that most of the world will go back to normal by October this year. Australia by the end of next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it really like that?
When they say normal, it just means they'll be coexisting with this craziness, right? But they,
Yeah, it's
they're
like-
not going to be destroying their own economy and stuff over it anymore.
We had two cases in Brisbane, and then they're like, shut everything down, no one move. And now I'm here. Just from two cases.
We had 21 in Sydney. Oh, well, 21 in New South Wales, and they've locked us down for 2 weeks, man.
Yep. So we got plenty of time for podcasting.
Apparently not, because this is a day late.
Josh, are you doing the
'Cause I was away.
casinos then or not? Are you not, or is it city related?
I was so lucky that this was last weekend was the last weekend I was meant to do there.
Okay. All right.
I was more than happy to come home to this now than if it was any other week.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they're in lockdown as well.
No.
Oh no.
No, they're not. No, it's like it's mainly Brisbane, Gold Coast, like kind of areas around
Just
us
regions. I
in
get it.
Queensland. Yeah. So they're fine. They're fine over there, which is why I was able to enjoy. I finished the last weekend, then we extended our trip by a couple of days so we could do a bit of sightseeing and
Smart. You
and
brought
then
the
it was,
girlfriend out there?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fiance? What's your situation there? If you don't mind.
She's the wife. She's the
long
wife.
term.
It's just not
unofficial,
not legally official.
She's your
unofficial
significant other, but you're not gay?
No, he's gay. He's very fucking gay.
Yeah, that's just why. Finding the right term is a little tricky.
I get it. I had one of those for 30 years. The mother
See,
of my children.
Josh isn't balding organically. He's balding because I keep pulling his hair.
In New Orleans,
One at a time.
we call him my baby's mama.
That's what Bob calls them as well.
My baby's mama.
I got a lot of time for Bob. He's killing it lately. Pretty happy with him. He's doing well.
I like.
Bobby.
Look at this comment. RB, Gold Coast should be in lockdown even without a pandemic. I rate it. Nice one, RB. Nice one. That was funny. So what else is happening?
Oh, wrong song.
Oh. That's the Patreon intro.
That's my bad. Sorry about that. That's up late with Doug Conn. That one. Sorry about that.
Are we doing that now?
Yeah. Man, I can't wait till my shells arrive, Doug. I've been really excited to perform some shells.
They are en route. They are en route, sir. So hopefully
They are
we'll show up
indeed.
soon.
I think it's going to be solid.
I've got some new slum magic I've purchased that I'm excited to share. I found a newfound love for, in particular, this. I've been a magic demonstrator on and off for the better portion of my life, right? Going back to right when I was 18, I worked at LaRock's Magic Shop in Charlotte, which was a great shop. Point is, I know what people like from a magic shop, right? So I have this knowledge. So now I'm going to start buying some of the slum tricks I used to sell a lot of. And And I'm doing this because I've shared some similar gimmick style magic, and it's gotten some decent response. And
so what you're saying is that you're selling out and just doing magic because it gets big.
Am I? If I spend the better part of my morning crafting some kind of presentation that appeals to some sense beyond monkey brain, that's purdy. There's that.
I feel like that's working.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've got a hunch it's working, Doug.
Yeah.
Jason.
I feel like because you don't even sound excited about it. You sound like you're out of breath just talking about it.
Yeah, but watch when I turn the juice on for the TikTok. You won't even know.
True.
Gee, and by the way, today I crushed it for about 12 hours. Like, you wouldn't believe the stuff I did today, including, let me promote myself. I set up the calendar plugin for WordPress that allows people to book private lessons. This will be part of my YouTube membership program as well. I'm launching that Thursday on a YouTube live. So it's been like a busy day. So if I sound a little tired, I've been going I did that the TikTok live, and I did a TikTok, and yada, yada. So I've been working all day. It's morning for you. For me, it's the end of a long day.
Yeah, we just started.
Yesterday was a long day for me as well.
I could tell by that video I watched earlier today. And speaking of plug-in shit, you guys go watch Jason's coin video. He fooled me with the first thing. I guess it's an old Sankey item, but this coin to glass. Wow, I actually thought you had 2 coins. I said, you sneaky bastard. I thought you had one coin that you dropped on the floor, and then you dropped one out of palm. I just assumed that's what you were doing, and I was not even paying attention to the explanation, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that got a lot of people, actually. That one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Quite a few people.
So, hey, and kudos to Jay Sankey. While we're plugging, if you don't follow Sankey, who doesn't follow him? Everybody follows Sankey. So never mind. I'm gonna take that plug back. I'm gonna take that one back. He doesn't need the juice.
All right, we got a question from Jesse. Anyone checking out the new series Hunting Magic with Robbie D? It's the best thing since the unintentional invention of the shake weight. I know what he's talking about, so I don't know if
it sounds like an inside joke that might be too inside.
So one of our Patreons, Scotty P, has started a series on his YouTube channel called Hunting Magic. It's very much like the Russell Coites adventure show, if you've ever remembered watching that. It's
Aussie adventures. It's time to hit the road.
Is that an Australian thing? Is that what it is?
Like, he's very Australian, but I'm sure it played in a lot of places. Basically, it's like an adventure show, but everything goes wrong. Like his cameraman, falls over all the time. His pants fall down, all that kind of stuff. Cool. So, speak of the devil himself, here he is. What's up, Scotty? We're just plugging the channel real quick. So, Scotty has, so he started his own series on YouTube.
Great.
Basically as an adventurer trying to find magic in the wilderness and, keeps flashing stuff. And it's pretty funny. I like it. So, yes, Jesse, I have been watching to answer your question. And now everyone else can. Wonderful. Magic
and
news.
our boy,
what's happening
our
in the
boy
magic
Mika
world?
has also been working.
I've got something that I'm super excited about, which I would assume everyone is, but I don't know how you think. Here's what I think. Chris Kenner doing a masterclass on Vanishing Ink this week. What? I'm going for sure.
I'm keen.
Yeah. This guy doesn't do stuff like this, right? So, I mean.
Can you link it to me?
It's Vanishing Ink.
You can find it. Yeah.
If you go to Vanishing Ink, they're like, guess what we're doing? Chris Kenner's here.
Yeah, but I don't like Vanishing Ink. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you check out Daniel Garcia's one at all? Because I watched like a bit
of the first two. I have not watched a single live lecture at all. If it wasn't Chris Kenner exactly, I wouldn't be tuning into this event.
Yeah.
So if David Blaine was doing one, you wouldn't tune in?
Maybe for $75 I would. For Blaine. Yeah, I would. But look, it's a very short list of guys that have my attention for events like this at this point in my life. And it's
what if I was doing a masterclass?
I don't know. I'd get the Chinese pirate knockoff.
Come on.
Come on.
So one thing you might enjoy, Jace, that you can probably master quickly is Garcia has the first thing he teaches is a top change that can be burnt and on camera and not be seen.
Pause this. Did you do the Daniel Garcia masterclass then? Is that what you're saying?
I've done parts of it. I haven't watched all of it.
Have you done more than that one or just that one?
More than that one, yeah.
Okay. So you've enjoyed it, I guess, or you just signed up
so
for
far.
Okay.
So I've been watching them at night after my casino gigs. There's something to consume and enjoy.
Yep.
And because he's a funny guy, like he naturally is entertaining to watch. And he has this top change that can be done. Just you can watch it and you can do it, and you can't see like the retention. The retention is way too good. It's a different technique. It's easy enough to do, but I've been having fun practicing it.
Demonstrate.
And no way.
Switch to your second camera and show us.
And then
is there live interaction during these events from the audience, or it seemed unwieldy to some point? They handpick it probably, huh?
Yeah, just from other magicians that are tuned in to watch. He brings them on. Yeah. So they can, ask questions and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
And then the other gimmick, he shares a gimmick that he made, which is it looks like a crazy elastic flap gimmick, but it's not. He's like, people forget you can do these things without needing elastic thread and stuff. So he takes out a card and then he changes it into like a $1 bill. He just goes boom and it changes. It's pretty great as well. Anyway, and he just teaches these little things. He's like, this is something I've had. I created ages ago, never used it, never put it out anywhere, but here you go. It's good to check out. But Ken is one I'm definitely very eager to watch as well.
Yes,
me too, brother.
That's an
I can't
understatement.
wait to watch Chris Kenner's one.
I'd love to know like how much he's doing magic, like aside from.
When I saw him at the Copperfield show, he said he hasn't stopped. He said he spent the pandemic learning with his other hand. So he like started learning everything other-handed. So he says he always has the cards going. It's just nonstop. That's a quote. So.
I think that's the best way to be, though, right? I mean, how are you going to master it if you're not always practicing? I mean, even as we're doing this, I'm practicing.
Same, right?
Yeah.
Hey, it's hard. It's easy when you're doing magic for a living, or specifically for a living, to stop trying to be progressive or to practice. Like, why would you learn with your right hand? Everything's fine. I got a good professional repertoire. I'm happy in my life. Why do I need to learn this now? Right? But if you want to learn this, now maybe you have an artistic brain that wants to push things forward and do cool things.
Yeah, I think finally he got to the end of magic. He's like, I've learned everything in Tarbell. Let's start again, but with the opposite way. Work our way through it.
Can you imagine the magic you've been through with 30 years on the road with David Copperfield to curate that museum? Oh my God! To vet the material that goes into the show. Imagine the discards that he's seen. Like, that's not good enough for David.
It's probably stuff that we'd use in our shows.
Absolutely, right?
It'd be like he'd do a straitjacket escape, and he'd be like, you know what? I'll just use Houdini's straitjacket escape for this. And
it's interesting on AGT, and this is kind of newsworthy. I think there was a magician who did basically Copperfield's email trick. He used it on America's Got Talent.
Oh, damn!
And I thought Copperfield had the rights to that, and maybe I'm starting a lawsuit. Never mind. Next topic.
Well, I remember the story of that. Originally was a marketed effect.
Oh yeah, right. I'm not mistaken then. Okay.
Yeah, and then Copperfield bought the rights, and then it just vanished from everyone's phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought happened. And then this kid's doing it. So why is he doing it? Maybe it's a new method.
He's doing it at great detriment to his own well-being.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it's not the thing. I don't know. And kudos to the kid who did a great presentation on this event. He really being able to present technology on a grand stage as the effect. The prediction is the email. That's the trick. And to pull that off with emotion and get the ovation he did, I give this kid all the credit in the world. So, yeah. But I don't know. Maybe he's not around next week.
He's probably already not around.
They're probably hunting him on playing fucking old mate's private island.
I haven't watched the end of that show. Someone got a golden buzzer, and I haven't seen who got that yet.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Was that you? Do you watch the current America's Got Talent episodes?
I'll
is
be
this
honest with
something-
you. I find America's Got Talent really hard to watch.
It's horrible, isn't it? It's absolutely
Yeah.
atrocious. Yeah.
Like I feel like they're really looking at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to like
Absolutely.
the best talents in the world and stuff.
Yeah, it's really abysmal, but I still watch it because once or twice in the hour there'll be some outstanding variety show, right, that you don't get to see. So I'll endure the horribleness just for those couple of acts you get to see that you'll never see again for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But most of it is trash.
As soon as you just agree that it's a reality show about a competition show, then you can just enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely nothing realistic about it.
Yeah.
Smash like, guys, if you haven't already. Just
Nice.
FYI.
Look at that
Nice.
go. Do I even have my stream deck? That was so cool.
Thanks, bro.
Pretty cool.
Man.
Did you guys saw Mika's flicker shot video? I thought that was his editing is superb, very superb.
I gotta say his channel. I'm pretty surprised, man. I'm pretty surprised. But I mean, like, it's just quality stuff, surprisingly quality, because he's fairly new to Magic, right? From my understanding of it. And
What is new? 1 year? 6 months?
I always categorize 3 years and under as new.
Okay.
That's what I always categorize. Like a lot of people will disagree, but I think 3 years and under is still new.
I had one of my comments today was how long does it take to get to be a good magician? And I said a couple years is what I said.
About 3 years. Yeah, I reckon about 3 years. 'Cause that's when you've had enough time. Because I think the first year is when you learn some card tricks and you think you know everything, and then second year is when you start dabbling in like everything, and then by the end of the third year, you pretty much know what you like, and then you start working on that stuff mostly. So from then on, you're like doing pro stuff, I guess.
Makes sense.
Unless you're Bob and you've just landed a $600 gig after a year of doing Magic, then that's just like a unicorn.
See, I think Bob is a perfect example of someone who did it right from the get-go. Like he literally started and was like, right, I'm going to learn everything. And he did. And now he's like, after 1 year, he's already killing it. So hats off to Bob.
Go, Bob, go.
Go, Bob.
Fix that tooth, you scraggly bastard.
A lot of comments
Maybe
coming out
that's
about
his
Mika's
thing.
video. This is good.
I don't know. You'd be like this. I'm not fixing nothing. Watch me go and prove this all wrong.
He probably will, eh? He probably will.
And if that's the case, you go, Bob.
Right, he'll be like the next amazing Jonathan. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
What if he went to such a length that he got a new tooth, but just to wear it around his neck as a necklace, just to like up everyone? You should get a new tooth. Yeah, I got one. See?
That's right.
I rate it. Respect. Sheesh. What else is happening in the Magic world? We got Chris Kenner's lecture. That's great. Doug's hit 500K. He's going to be a millionaire soon. Everyone just give him $1.
Man, that would be nice, right? That was actually a Howard P. Lyons skit. Man, I moved some of my books today, but Howard Lyons published that in the Ibidem. He wrote that out to his subscribers. He was like, if y'all would just send me $1. You aware of the Ibidem? That's one of my all-time favorite Magic magazines.
No.
It's
I don't really know things.
Yeah, well, this book, this guy, first of all, is a funny writer. Like a lot of times, like Harry Lorraine's Apocalypse, okay, it's got good magic. He's not the juiciest writer, though, right? He's okay. Kaufman, like Richard's Almanac, or I'm just saying, a lot of these guys don't write with panache and style, or certainly extreme humor. Howard Lyons did, so it's a joy to read. Not as much as, say, a Jerry Sadowitz, The Crimp. Oh, baby, now that's some Magic zine reading. But in the day, Ibidem was that, if there was anything like that. And he introduced guys like Ed Marlowe and Alex Elmsley. So many guys, I recommend the Ibidem. They're still around. I would think those volumes would be hard to find by now. And maybe I'm just that weird that I dig that kind of material. But I love all the old, not only do you get to capture, some of great magic, but it's like a time capsule of magic if you got the right writer, kind of like Animan was with the Jinx, right? The Jinx, or he would write about the current state of affairs as he published the magic of the times. Love me some Magic zine compilations. Good reading.
That's still a website, isn't it? The Jinxed.
The Jinxed. I don't
pretty
know if
sure
that is.
the commenters all know. There's a website that does.
The Jerks. The Jerks.
That's the one.
Yeah.
The Jerks.
What a fantastic blog this is.
Man,
Hey,
and
congratulations to everyone listening now who don't know what the Jerks is. You've just found your new favorite thing. It's TheJerx, thejerks.com. It's a blog, and this guy is probably maybe not the most intelligent magic writer, but certainly one of the best I've ever read.
Most interesting. Can really hook an audience.
I mean, yeah. Granted, he's beating his own drum, and that drum is probably very useful for most listeners and readers. It's a magic done in social situations, so it's not like showpiece magic or stuff you take to a gig, but maybe stuff you do more. And it's not like he's all about that. He writes about so many things. I shouldn't pigeonhole him into a funnel like that. The Jerks.
Do you know how I found out about it?
How is that?
I found out about it from his masterful media exposure plan where he was going to reveal who he was. Do you remember this? Like a year ago?
Was it David Regal he turned it?
It was like first it was Darren Darren Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
It was Darren Brown, right? So he's like, after all this time, I'm finally revealing myself, and he's like, oh, let me just fix the camera, and he puts it on his face, and it's Darren Brown. But then the next day, it's like, no, I'm just kidding, sorry. Now I'm really gonna reveal who I am, and then it's Matt King the next day.
Oh yeah, killing it.
And then,
here's my buddy.
like, oh my god, what a effing genius. So for the first day, you really believe it's Darren Brown, and then you're like, oh, he's taking the piss. He's just like having all these top guys say that they're the creators of it. Oh my god! So that's how I found out.
This I'm not going to say it's the same guy, but before there was this, there was a little. We're going to go back a ways here, guys. A little blog, a little something called the Magic Circle Jerk.
That's got to be a joke, surely.
No jokes. We don't mess around here.
I'm not going to say a lot about that, but if you want to write down those words and Google it, the Magic Circle Jerk, you'll see the prologue to the Jerks.
Well, hopefully. There's going to be one of the results is going to be that. You just got to look for it.
You might have to go like in the Wayback Time Machine or something, but man, this guy was, whoo! It's NSFW, Mr. Jason. If you're bringing up a web browser there, do not just, there's no telling what would, okay. I don't know what you're doing there, but don't just bring up that website randomly.
I'm making some new scenes so that I can have both me and, I have both.
So you're working and working.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's the best view for a podcast I could ever think of. Directly down on the cards, you're listening to some.
You can still see me though. Like I'm still here. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure that both cameras are active at the same time, basically.
And I love that you do that on the live podcast. Look at this. That's actually pretty cool. The crown.
It's like you're streaming, watching yourself. That's kind of cool.
It does. It looks like I'm reacting to myself. Yeah. So I'm just gonna. And this guy is amazing, by the way. This dude with the tattoos and the coconut shirt, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. No, so what's happening, though, is that the camera seems to be pausing at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
Do you put your cameras in their own scenes?
I mean, I've got this camera is in this scene, and then this camera here is in a separate scene, obviously.
Yeah, but
so I can
how about this?
them.
What if the camera is the scene, and then you nest that scene in another scene? That's what I do to use... That's how I use the cameras. They're their own scene. And then I put that scene in another scene, which allows me to use multiple instances of the camera. I don't know if that fixes your problem or not.
Do you have a scene with two cameras at once?
Here's an example. This is a scene that's two different scenes. I mean, yeah, that's a close-up scene with that camera. Same camera, different scene. And within both scenes is the camera scene.
No, so like that's how I do all of these. That's how I do all of this. So these are all, I mean, except for this. This is a separate camera. So, but all of this stuff is all the same.
Yeah.
Camera scene. Same with this. Even this reaction thing here. So you can actually see my OBS here. and I believe I'm covering the corner of it, but I've got a shitload of scenes there. But anyway, I don't know if that's interesting for people, but
Yeah, what a horrible topic for a podcast. Moving on.
Well, I think, like, you know, if you're serious about magic, especially in the modern era, then this should be part of it, right? You should be getting into all this stuff.
Yeah, well, it's certainly, I have always thought the best case for a magician, certainly professional, is to be the master of his own domain. And that domain, certainly in this day and age, is going to require you to produce video at some point. And if you can do it live, you're going to be a step above of some of your competition.
And you're going to save a ton of time on editing as well.
Yeah, that too. And you get to produce the product you want. Now, it's not for everybody, but, you know, I enjoy the process of learning the tools. And it's just like building a toolbox of fun for me, you know, something to play with.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I really enjoy, what is this? Media Source 8. I hope that doesn't show me something that I don't want to see.
Media talk is good for all entertainers. I don't know what that is. Does it? Comment from the gallery.
No, he's saying that, like, talking about media and stuff is good for all entertainers because we're all this is a great angle, especially with my hand down here. You know,
I thought I was learning a new app or something.
Nice.
But yeah, it's no, I agree with all that. Because
I got buttons too. Yeah, there we go. I got some buttons.
That's a good button.
It's a good button. I love it.
I know, this is subpar. Jason was talking crap about my. Here's my new Slum Magic. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, oh shit, that's old school.
I know,
change
right?
the colors. You can't change the colors.
They just change places, baby.
No.
Whoa!
Yeah, just change places.
Is one of them by chance blue and the other one green? Or
no exposure on this show. No exposure.
Are you green screening those, boy? No, it's no, like you were saying, you have to be the master of your own domain. So I think, like, anyone watching this who's interested in doing magic more professionally even should be learning how to use media stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or whatever. Today I learned how to use scheduling software on the plug-in with WordPress. That does not sound fun, but, you know, I got through it. Now I control that. I don't have to source it out to some freelancer and contact him when I need the thing fixed. And I know what's going on.
Some Fiverr prick.
Just saying, it's a hassle, you know, and you apply a little effort, a little bit of brain juice, and you get it done. And now you have it. And
you guys have to remember, most of the people that watch our podcast are quite young. Doug's old as shit. And he's still able to do this stuff.
He's still beating us.
I portray an older guy, I think, that is 52 old as shit? I think it's just...
I was just kidding.
Just older.
I didn't mean to offend you there, Doug. Are you 52?
If I wasn't so fat, I'd probably look better.
Bro,
I'm only 52. I'm only 52.
You don't look a day over 53.
Man. Hey, this is the year. 52 cards. Dude, this is the year. I love it.
Synergies lying.
You know, your brain makes associations in a very obvious way there, Josh.
This would, well, no one brought it up. This would be the year to
Fair
make
enough.
a deck of cards, I think, Doug.
That's what I need. More stuff to do.
Yeah. All right. We got some. I just realized there are some questions in our email. That people have
good.
sent
Let's get
in.
them. Let's get them on here. I've been scraping the bottom of the barrel of things to talk about this time.
Here we go. Yeah. Thanks for waking up. All right. Here we go. In a second. Any moment now.
Hi guys, I'm Vilus from Lithuania. Yes, the same Lithuania. In a previous podcast, Jason mentioned that mute magic videos are extremely hard to make in a way that they turn out decent. Could you tell me more about your thought process on this topic?
I think that one's for you, Jace.
So something's difficult to make. I'm gonna have to. What was difficult to make again? I missed that part. That was
the adjective,
Hi,
like the what
Vilus
video?
from Make in a way.
Let's go back. Here we go.
You mentioned that mute magic videos are extremely hard.
Muted magic videos.
Oh, like trying to do magic without
like-
talking. Right. Well, I still think that that's true because, you know,
I would agree with that. I tried to do one today. It was horrible. I
yeah, it's very.
I shouldn't have posted
very
it. I
difficult.
regretted posting it, but I did it. It's done.
There's like a side to acting almost that you need to be able to do with like your hands or facial expressions and whatnot
Here's
to
my
be able
OG in the
to.
house with the OGs. Yeah.
But I think to be able to do it well, you'd have to be able to you'd have to have some like almost acting talent, you know, because it's just so difficult to like misdirect something without words. Because when I'm doing it, like, yeah, I can do some techniques where I'm looking here and obviously something's over here, blah blah blah. But there's something that to be said about when people like really act it. Like, have you ever, you know, the concept of a red herring, for example? Like a perfect example of it is like if you have a coin, okay, and then you put it through your hand and it goes through, and then you do it again like this. You see, that's a red herring where it looks like I replaced the coin, even though obviously I didn't. But that's part of like silent magic, like learning how to do silent magic. But you'd have to do that with everything, man. You'd have
It's
to learn how
also
to...
performing in that style is a learned skill, right? Like when like I tried to do it out of the blue, some old fat guy is going to try and do something to music. Well, guess what? I don't do that ever really that much. So it's like, especially if I'm learning a new piece, like if I'm learning a new trick, now I'm trying to do portray my emotion through silent. Yeah, it makes if you're not used to doing it, like everything in performing, it takes, you know, you got to get used to doing it. So
I also think that we have the added the added unfortunateness that we're both street performers. So, you know, we've made a whole living off speaking well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go watch all of 120 videos of Charlie Fry, and you can pick up
tips
on performing and talking. I think that's
he's the master. Holy crap, dude. Visual comedy through.
We should still upload every damn one of those to TikTok. I can't imagine it wouldn't blow up the universe.
Crazy. All right.
Question number 2. Do you really want us to fall that hard and fast?
Be like
for as long as he's not on it. For as long as he's not on it, we have a chance.
I mean, I live at least half my life wondering when the veil's going to be uncovered. I'm like, Doug's really not that good. Here come the real masters, you know. But hey,
well, the fortunate thing is, I don't know if you've noticed as well, but a lot of the real masters aren't very good at making videos. So
yeah,
like you want a perfect example of it? Sean Farquhar.
I like his work actually. So
I like his YouTube channel. I really enjoy his YouTube channel, but I think his TikToks have a lot to be desired.
Well, there's room for improvement, but they're good certainly for not being that deep in the game. It's not like he's done 500 of them or even 100. I don't think so.
His YouTube channel is phenomenal, though. Have you?
I haven't looked at any of those.
You're missing out, man. He like does story times where he like tells you things about his history and life, and it's amazing.
Like Sean, so I'll put him. Look, I'm right.
Like 46,000 subs now, or something.
All he has to do is be good. My favorite person still today is Jeremy Griffith. Did you watch his last one on the Shuffle?
Oh, didn't I introduce you to him? I swear I told you about him, and you were like, "Who's that?" And now look at you.
Imagine how many things I don't know. I love finding things like this now. I'm being re-energized with.
I still stand by that. Jeremy Griffith is probably my favorite YouTube channel at the moment. Such unique talking points. Let me just switch back to this main camera here.
You want to talk about magic as an art? Well, he's doing it.
Yeah, and then there's Roy as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's sensational with his.
I haven't watched him as much recently. I just watched Jeremy today.
What was the last name on him again? Roy.
Daniel Roy.
Daniel Roy. That's it. Yeah, Daniel Roy. Yeah, have you seen him, Josh? Have you looked this guy up?
Negative.
Great stuff.
Daniel Roy is 24 years old, man, and he makes us look terrible. Like he's really good, really well spoken. He's like a regular at the Magic Castle. He's mostly into gambling techniques, so you won't see him do much with like coins and whatnot. But the stuff that he does, bloody brilliant, mate.
Daniel Roy. All right, I'll have to check him out.
It's nice to see that he has had some videos that have got wide exposure, because quite often these magic videos are limited to people interested in the topic. But he's had several clips go like viral where he's talking about card technique, and not that that's a big deal, but it's cool to know that it's it's out there.
Yeah. All right. Should we question number 2? Question number 2 for us.
Wait, what was question number 1? Did I fall asleep?
It was doing magic silently.
Did you just have a stroke?
It's short-term memory loss, fellas.
I was gonna credit you to saying you haven't frozen once, but you just did it. You just had a brain fart. So.
But look, the stream hasn't frozen. As predicted before the stream, Not
Yeah.
once have I hiccuped. How about that?
I wish it did just as you were saying.
Oh,
that.
that
Yeah, I
would be
wish
awesome.
it did too. Josh misses being able to fill in
Look,
your words
hey,
for you.
This is. I bought this thing, whatever this thing is. It's the thing in this box. It was this $30 thing or $2,000 of computer. It came down to that. So thankfully, yay! This thing wins.
All right.
Hello,
And-
my name is Vilus, and I'm still in Lithuania. Lately, I've been getting more and more gigs. After the show, people seem to be really delighted with my performance. However, during the act, I find it extremely difficult to get an applause. What's up with that?
Applause cues,
Interesting.
buddy. Applause cues.
So they
Applause
love
cues.
it. Doug, did you really just?
Yeah,
Really
I
just
did that for a few minutes.
You froze so well then too.
I've been waiting. You guys weren't looking at the camera. Both of you are like,
No, I saw you frozen there, buddy.
Ah.
I just wanted to see how long you'd
Yeah.
play it
It's
off
harder.
for.
Let me get
Nice.
some.
Nice.
I-
nice.
Applause cues, man. Applause cues.
Let me catch
You have
my
to try
breath. It's harder than you think, standing still like that.
I wouldn't know, man. I'm not a statue act. I'm a good
Man,
act.
No doubt. Hey, I just gained new respect for statue acts just now.
No, you didn't.
No, I
you
did really. I just did. Just now, you saw it happen live. You
No,
saw
you
it.
didn't.
You said you saw it.
You
Well-
didn't. You didn't gain respect for them.
I just did. Jason. It's just a little. It's only a little bit. It's just
I
a
bet-
little. It's a little bit.
I bet they have trouble getting applause.
Hey, look. Some of my best friends are statue acts, so not only can I not, but I will not, and I respect. Most of them as human beings, certainly.
A lot
Some
of
them-
my friends are statue acts too, but it's still fun to give them shit for being statue acts.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
And I was,
So-
like I said, just a little bit.
Granted, I couldn't do it. But anyway, let's answer this question. For
Yeah.
this poor
Okay.
fella.
Yeah. Go.
So,
What's the question?
getting applause in a show, I'm assuming that you're talking about like midways and like after tricks and stuff like that. I mean, applause require applause cues, and applause cues come in a wide variety of ways. It could be like Doug, where he does his pose. It could be like me, where I literally say this is an applause cue, or I say something like "clap you bastards." But I'm like, you probably don't want to do what I do because I'm literally the worst example of a magician out there.
I think that's a necessity for street performers, especially ones that do good magic, because you stun your audience. They don't know what to do. It happens.
Yeah,
Like a simple cue that I do is after I make a bottle of wine appear, I just start dinging it, and which sounds
Yeah,
like the
there you
glass
go.
dinging, which is when people
Yep.
applaud. So applaud,
That's
it's
smart.
boom, and then ding, and then I just keep going like this until they applaud. And then-
I've seen that. I've seen clips of you where you're standing there for 30 seconds tapping that damn glass. Ding, 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 ding. And then they're like, and he's like, finally puts it away. Next trick.
I would love to see one day how long, if I really can go for 30 seconds before they start applauding. They're like, what do we do to make him stop? Oh, yeah, all right, cool.
As long as you don't use those lame jokes where you're like, this is real life, not a television. You can clap. Those sorts of jokes.
What's that line Steve London uses? Our buddy Steve. I'm not a cartoon. You can. That's what.
Yeah.
He doesn't use the TV line. He says, "I'm not a cartoon." You can.
Yeah, I'm not a cartoon. You can actually applaud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible. I hate those jokes. The other one is the first time I saw this, I forgot to clap too. You're like, shut up.
The other thing I guess we don't know is what an audience is like in Lithuania, because I don't know any. I've never had any Lithuanian audiences to know like what they're like watching magic.
Well, I've done
You guys
I've done
know?
a show for a Chinese audience, and good luck getting them to clap. Holy crap! That's
They don't clap for wrestling either.
no man, they don't. They just don't clap. I swear, it's like part of their culture where clapping is illegal. Unless
Well,
you're
these
clapping
days-
these cheeks. Boom.
No, part of your job as a magician is going to be to instruct your audience how to respond, because a lot of them won't know how to respond. People aren't used to having magic in their world. So they hit this moment of astonishment, and some of them will laugh. Some of them will be quiet. Some of them will be enthusiastic, but maybe just point them in the right direction a little bit, right?
Yeah, I always find it's like a good idea to find that one person in your crowd who is clapping. Like one of the stock lines that I don't mind is when they go, you hear like a couple of claps and you're like, thanks all two of you. Appreciate that. Those sorts of jokes are always really
I
good.
stole one from a Bill Malone. Thank you for that applaud.
Yeah.
Or Dusty, my buddy
Yeah.
Dusty uses this one. Can you move around and make it look like everyone's enjoying this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like saying thanks for a one clap. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I just say, thank you, one person.
Thank you, one person.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff.
Thanks for the clap.
Another
Now
one
I
is
have
like
everything.
you'll see me in my show. I'll walk off into the crowd, and then I'll be like, "Yay!"
Yeah, I do that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
I do stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I actually,
There you go, man.
I actually had Cody Hildebrand and I had a short tete-a-tete about busking, and I was recommending different techniques he could use to, have some enthusiastic crowd response without being too stupid. I recommended that as one method. Join the crowd yourself and generate some enthusiasm.
I mean, the thing is, you have to like build up the expectation of clapping after a trick. So a good, there's methods to do it. Like one thing I do to get people in the zone of clapping is I say, because I'm doing street performing all the time, I'll be like, by a round of applause if you've ever seen me before, and however many people will clap.
Yeah.
And then I say a round of applause if you haven't seen me before, and then a round of applause if you couldn't give a crap either way. So then it becomes like a joke, and then they'll clap enthusiastically because they're a bunch of pricks, but it's funny.
But this is gold advice, really. This is how you warm your audience up in the early parts of a show to accommodate you for the rest of it. So
exactly, yeah, you got to start it out nice and early, and I do think at the start of my show where I do like this is the ex-girlfriend shuffle, looks good but it does nothing. The waterfall shuffle in Iceland, all that sort of stuff. And then you start building up to a clap. When you do the trick, you finally produce the card, and because you've been doing all these jokes that they're laughing at, then you reach the point where it's a different thing that they have to do now. It's a different activity. So now you've got to prime them for that. And that's when I walk into the crowd and I'm like, yay. Or I'll be like, and the crowd goes mild. Stuff like that, You can just prime them up, get them working, get the energy flowing.
Villius, I think that's.
I wonder,
gold
Jason,
there.
do you feel like all the skills you learn on the street like always apply to a theater? Like,
Yeah.
do you use that extreme energy in any venue?
I do that all the time. I've done stage.
Do you tune it down just a bit, maybe for say a club show? No,
because I am who I am.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and I always operate under the impression that you're hiring me for me, not because you have a specific idea of a magician. Like, if you wanted to hire a generic corporate magician, then I'd refer you to Josh. No, I'm just kidding, Josh. Yeah, no, but my point is though, the point is though that like, I wouldn't, why would I change the way that I am? And when I street perform too, that energy that I use, like there's a lot of jokes and stuff that I use, but that energy that I have is, that's just what I'm like. I mean, you guys have spent enough time talking to me to know that I'm a little bit outrageous, pushing the bar a little bit every time.
Yeah,
I do that in my shows too, man. I say shit that I probably shouldn't, but I just do it because why not? Make fun of the CEO. Why not? Screw it. Screw that guy, man. Like,
again, that's probably what they expect from you, so you might as well. Yep.
Exactly. I mean, most people that hire me have seen me on the streets.
Yeah.
So they know they're getting a loudmouth, obnoxious street performer.
Yep.
Right. So why would I change that? But I think it applies to streets and stage. I mean, the streets is the stage. It's about as prolific as you want it to be. It's about as.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and if you look at the streets as like just the streets, then sure, that's one way to do it, I guess, but it's not the right way to do it. I think that every time you get a crowd, you should be grateful, and you should give them a show that they would expect to see in a theater. Like,
I agree 100%. Every audience I get gets my full unbridled attention.
Right, exactly.
Rarely am I phoning it in. If I'm phoning it in, I'm going home.
Not only that, but I'm sure that you notice this too. I have this unique skill that only applies when I'm doing a show, and that is that I don't miss anything. So when people like put their hands in their pockets or they say something to their friend or so, I can notice all of it.
Yeah, sure.
All of it. But in real life, when I'm not doing a show, I miss everything, man. I don't notice anything.
Well,
because that attention is just there. I'm scanning the crowd constantly, looking for moments like, anything is a connection. If you can make a joke to someone in your crowd about a specific moment, like don't clap with your hands in your pockets, you'll go blind, stuff like that. because someone's got their hands in their pockets. It's a connection, and that connection feeds through those few people standing next to them as well. So if I interact with old mate Joe here, the 5 people on either side of him also are getting interacted with. And then if I interact with Jane over there, like, it's like, just be careful, love, you've dropped your smile. That now interacts with all that group as well. And now everyone feels like they're being personally engaged with throughout the show. And these are all really important things to get the crowd wanting to clap and wanting to laugh and just liking you, I guess.
Yeah. And it also, like, to have longevity doing this stuff, that's the kind of thing that makes people realize that they just saw a unique version of that performance because you just interacted with them and whatever they said. A little thing I've been proud of that I did well in the casino was I remembered people's names for when they came back the next week or the next day or whatever.
Wow.
Especially
the day after, huh?
The day out, yeah, because I'm there Friday, Saturday. A lot of people are staying in the hotel,
Sure.
so
yeah, right.
they would come back the next day and I'd be like, oh, so it was Ryan and Alicia, and they'd be like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, you were here for Sarah's, bridal party last night.
Are you employing memory techniques to remember these things, or you just like rote memory, just going for it?
No, I do a very classic, just trying to sign their name to someone else I know with that name.
Yeah, all right.
So
then you're doing
that's
it.
what I think of.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a pretty classic one, but it helps.
We have a friend who's a memory guy and can remember like a ridiculous amount of names. What was it? 300?
Yeah,
that's a lot. I love the memory work. I've studied it for years. Have you read the Joshua
if
4
you can't
book?
remember the name.
It's a tricky name. It's Moonwalking with Einstein is the name of the book by Joshua.
How is that tricky? That just seems
Moonwalking with Einstein.
But it is.
RB made a good point. To be honest, there aren't many people in Cairns. To remember the names. Nice. Yeah, just throw out some generic names and you'll probably land a couple.
Jeff, John, Jimmy. Why are they all with J? What the hell?
Memory work is fascinating. I watched. There's a really great Penguin lecture of the card shuffler, and he does demonstrations for casinos and stuff like that. And
Sal Picante.
That's it.
Sal the Hitman. You talking about Sal the Hitman?
Sal knows things.
Yeah,
that guy. Man. I ran into Sal. Ran into Sal in Brisbane. I was doing street shows, and he came up and we were just chatting, man. He's got that thick American accent, man. And he just rolled up and we just had a chat, and man, he fooled the fuck out of me with this trick, this card trick, a memory trick, and I was like, "Get fucked." I was like, "Man, that's good shit."
It's next level. Like he knows the real stuff.
He taught me this trick with a key card. It's the only key card trick that I actually perform live because it's that good. I've fooled magicians with it too. Like I've done it to magicians and it just fools the pants off them. It's a bloody good trick.
Like he can legitimately go through a deck and then tell you which card is missing. Like without skipping a beat, he can go through them one at a time, get to the end, go boom, 6 of hearts is missing. Yep. Like this guy is the shit.
Yeah, he's very cool. Very cool.
He teaches like the only thing I could grasp in that lecture was like the how to remember 25 objects in a row thing, where you're pinning the image.
Yeah,
of
that's a great one.
is.
That could be a good performance piece, really. The memory demonstration.
And it freaked me out the first time I did it. And he even said, like, you'll be so surprised that your brain will just remember these 10 things for as long as you want because you can't help but remember a picture rather than a word. Bloody crazy. Crazy. There are 2 more questions on here from Villius. Do we want to just knock them out, on this episode?
There's no rush, man. Enjoy it. We're late. We owe these people a bit of time, so let's get it.
No doubt.
Let's get it.
Here we go. Come on.
And then it ends.
Hello, my name is Villius, and you can probably guess where I live. That's
Venezuela.
Right, Lithuania. Well, I was wondering what were the top 3 tricks for close-up magic, both with cards included and without.
Top 3 tricks. That is a big question, man.
Really opening up a can of worms.
So we're talking about. I'm assuming we're talking about strolling, right? Like this is not like table setup stuff.
Or let's just say
Talk about
close
strolling.
Yeah. One
Okay,
of them
so-
is definitely going to be this. Bob Possible sent me this in the mail.
Hey, can you send me mine, bro? I need that. I heard it's the easiest way to get viral.
Yeah.
But all right, here's my 3.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to send you this Cranzo stamp trick, and you can see if you can make that work for you.
Yeah, all right, send it to me. Do it. And I'll send, and in exchange, I'll send you this.
All right.
Done deal.
All right, man.
You got me by the short and curlies there, Chief.
I'll get a little care box of magic crap.
I'll do the same thing. How about that?
Yeah.
that? I'll do the same thing. I'll send you some stuff that I don't think you've got that you can use on TikTok. You do the same.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
That does sound fun. We'll talk about it after this. But for now, let's answer this question.
Okay.
Here's what I think with the 3 best tricks. And this is a broad thing, but I think that you should know how to do something with coins, and rings fall into that category as well. You should know how to do something with cards, and then you should know how to do something with pens, because these are the 3 main tools that you'll probably carry with you when you're walking around doing magic and stuff like that. So I would say it's best to learn, if we're talking like a generic sort of terminology, like, generic best tricks or whatever, I would go with, what's that card trick? Right, ambitious card. That's the one. I would go with ambitious card. I would go with a coins across, because this can be done in there and, in the spectators' hands and stuff as well. And I would go with a routine that my friend Josh came up with. That's a combination of multiple pen routines. It's on his YouTube channel. You should check it out. But it's definitely. I actually used that routine. Did you know that, Josh?
Oh shit!
I just don't post it because I don't think it's mine. I don't really want to post that it's yours. I think it's your routine. But it's a damn good routine, man. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. In fact, Josh is making a tutorial on it soon. So get excited about that.
What's your answer to this question, Josh Norbito? 3 best close-up tricks. What are they?
I think if you're using cards, any type of ambitious is unfortunately always going to get reactions, no matter how simple it is or how convoluted you make it. That's great. I think as much as I don't use sponge balls, I know that does get a good reaction if you were to do it.
It's 3 best, not 3 good reactions.
Yeah, true. Well, look, okay, if we're talking about just our favorite 3 or the 3 that works for us, then it's going to be, it's going to be something of ambitious with cards. It's going to be rubber band routines, and it's going to be like a, for me, the thing I love doing in close-up is a copper silver changing in the spectator's hand. So
I've seen you do that a lot.
Copper silver
good
coin.
routine. Good routine. If you guys haven't seen it, you should go check it out. Sadly, it doesn't translate well on video because we always film in dark-ish places. It's very hard to but it's very strong. You ever see it live?
Sponges was a great choice, in my opinion. I think that's one of the best magic tricks ever. The sponge bunnies, in particular, is one of the top 3 tricks. No doubt about it. I'll put my dumbass, lame magic demo sponge bunny trick against any trick in the world, really. I don't give a anybody want to bring it up against the sponge bunnies. I'll take you on any day. See ya Sunday. Live
SummerSlam. Magic SummerSlam.
Yeah, I know. I just know it's that good.
I just think it's a killer for you because you've worked it, but
why did I work it? Why? Because I spent 10 years at Magic Masters selling sponge bunnies, watching people freak out with the simplest one ahead routine. It's got an emotional appeal, and it's got hands-on qualities. If you add some entertainment in there and maybe some, je ne sais quoi, it's hard to beat the sponge bunnies. It's a top 3 trick.
See, that's how I feel about coins across, though, because coins across is the same thing. It's all I do mine.
I guess you could have that final hands-on moment, I guess. But.
No, I can. No, the very first one that I do in often cases is that I'll put the coins in their hand, and then I'll make one disappear from their hand to get the first one. Does
it contain the emotional appeal of creation of life?
Yes, of course it does. It's got the emotional. It's got the emotional appeal of money. Everybody loves money.
Yeah, but still, not as much as they like the old Yahoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can buy Yahoo with money. Come on, dude.
I'm working on that. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, you know what's sad? We might actually miss out on Magic Live, just FYI, because of all this Rona craziness.
Yeah, it could really mess us up.
I'm planning 2
never
trips
gonna
to
get
Las
away.
Vegas. I'm going in January for Society of American Magicians, and I'll return for Magic Live. In January, I'll probably just go hang out. Just go chill. But maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to Vegas twice.
What about
next year.
Sponge Ding Dong? No, that's actually trademarked by our friend Nathan Hedger. We're not allowed to do that in Australia.
But now you can do Rubber Band Ding Dong. You got choices.
Can't wait to do that.
Jackie Yu uses the dong. I've seen him use it a few times, right?
Yeah, but he does. His method is funny. I think. Like I actually really
Yeah,
like.
you're
His,
right. Like,
it's the first time I've ever seen the Sponge Dong and gone, "Hey, that's actually good." Like it's actually a funny method. He uses the magic wand, and
you're also the guy who's
hilarious.
stocked up on the new Hanson Chin dong bands. Make sure you
Yeah, but in saying that though, the new Hanson Sheen Dong bands are hilarious. Have you not?
Yeah.
Have you ever?
I don't
You
blame
telling
you.
me you've never wished that you could shape
Look,
a
man,
rubber
if I had
band
a
into a
surplus
dong?
of money where I could buy any magic crap I want, I'd buy everything Hanson
I don't have a
Chin
surplus
produced.
of money now. I'm in a financial deficit because they can't work.
I wish you could resell the dong bands now for a higher. It's like investing almost. Some of this crap.
Yeah, it's like buying gold, right?
Yeah, it almost is.
But you know how it be, how it do, how it is. What about you, Josh? What do you got planned with your dong?
What, during lockdown? A lot.
Yeah. Are you making some TikToks, my guy? You got TikToks planned?
Yeah, there'll be some TikTokage. Yeah, I'll do some. I just gotta, you know what it's like with me. I'll do.
I don't know what it's like with you, man. All I know is that randomly you'll be on fire for a month and then you'll just stop.
Yeah, because I can do it, but I still gotta find my own way of making them because I don't want to just, try to do my stand up, talk to the camera magic like you guys are doing, which you guys already do so well. I want to do something a bit different if I'm going to do it, and it's just
I love that.
harder to find it,
I don't know that that's a platform like you have to be on, right? Like, is your life going to change because you're not active on TikTok? Probably not.
What do you mean? What if he blew up one day and then started making 5 million or whatever a month, like Charlie D'Amelio?
I mean, even as I'm like, woo, 500,000, that's not changing my life, really. It's nice to be appreciated for the work. It's nice to wake up every day and be enthusiastic about something, but is that changing my life professionally?
TikTok pays you though, right? Like you get creator fund stuff.
Barely. Like I had
barely's better than zero. We don't even have the option.
Let's talk how horrible it is. Okay, with 500,000 subscribers in a good month, where I've had this month we're getting paid for May. It was a good month for me. I had the knives go viral. That I might collect $200 from TikTok for millions
that's US
of views.
for everyone watching, so that's 260 for me.
So
Josh.
that makes zero difference in my life, right? I make.
What are you
money
talking about? That's half a car. That's a half a car fine, bro.
Look, it's something, but it's really irrelevant. The lives, the tips, the money on the lives can make a little bit of a difference. I like to think in general that it's more of a funnel into other, particular for me, YouTube, but they kind of work hand in hand, I guess, right?
I mean, $200 could buy Bob 200 toothbrushes.
I'm just saying, the difference between YouTube and TikTok is almost tenfold on, the money's paid out. It's ridiculous that.
Well, that's why you see all the big creators on TikTok going into YouTube, right? And they're really just using TikTok, like you said, as a funnel to
I'll tell you, it'll be really interesting when YouTube finally starts paying their creators on the short platform. That should attract a new influx of maybe some more focused creators. Like I said, it should be interesting. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we'll see.
Okay, I found Bob's question. He just sent one on IG. He says it's appropriate. I don't know what to trust him with. After whoever listened to our Patreon episode last week, we learned a whole new world about Bob, and that was hilarious. But Bob,
that was if you're not a Patreon member, you should be, just for the last episode. It's worth it.
Oh my God.
I've got the movie rights, I think. It's questionable, but I think I have them locked up.
Let's see if this plays.
Hi, Magic Guys. My name's Bob. I'm a first-time listener, long-time caller. I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts about the Tarbell challenge that was going on in the Discord.
Ooh, I read about that.
I didn't know there was a Tarbell challenge. Please.
So the challenge is do one trick a day from Tarbell for 8 weeks. That's what it is.
One trick a week.
One a day.
One
trick
week.
a day. Oh, is it a week?
I'm not doing 8 weeks on nothing at this point. It's one trick a week, right? Bob, you out there? Back me up on that.
Bob, can you clarify, my friend?
Oh man, I just survived trick a day May by the coloring book pulled me out of day 31. So
you are right.
There we go.
One a week from each. Hang on. One
Speaking
a week
of
from each book.
Tarbell, gentlemen.
That's nice.
Are there seven? Are there 7 books?
There are 8.
So, Bob, just clarify, one a week from each book. So is that saying you need 8 a week? Because it's one from each book a week?
What? Yeah, 8 weeks, one trick from each book for 8 weeks. That's the challenge. Some of us have been on the Discord to read these things, although it's really just a fluke that I have.
Does sound like a fun thing to do, though. If you ask me, not every day. Screw that.
Yeah, but one a week for 8 weeks that would be a good. Not just.
I like that.
It's an intellectual challenge as well.
Doug's got it. Yeah. Okay. So you pick one book a week.
While we're talking about challenges, and I don't want to step on this outstanding challenge. I had one. I was talking with Erin, my wife. There's my wife. It's the magic kit challenge. So we pick a magic kit, and you got to do tricks from the magic kit for X amount of time, or all the tricks, or something like that. Like everybody has to do the magic kit tricks.
I tried to do that.
We tried to do it doing street magic, but never got around to it. But
thank you for that rousing reception.
Idea.
Yeah. Back to Bob. Yeah. I'd be in for that. If you want to set up a thing, I need goals. I need focus.
I haven't cracked open all my Tarbell books, so it could be a great excuse.
You even have Tarbell?
I don't have a set.
Yeah, I got the set as well from my buddy Piper.
At Magic Masters, when I used to work in the mall, we had the set there, and when I felt like shunning the tourist, I'd just grab a book off the shelf, and it was always Tarbell. And when people come into a magic shop, if they don't know what it is, all you have to do to get rid of them is like, "Did you want something?" And they don't know what they want, and they just leave. And I just go back to reading Tarbell. So it was a good time to absorb. Oh, the joys of magic capitalism I've experienced in my life. You go through a certain period of hate once you're in year 3 in the mall selling magic tricks. Where you going, Doug? I'm going to the mall to sell magic to tourists. Year number 3.
We do what we got to do.
There are days I left that job 4 or 5 different times. It's a miracle that they had me back. I'll tell you stories much like Bob told you one day. I could tell you stories of closing the gate in the middle of the day and throwing my keys in and just walking out, leaving being hired back again and again for some reason.
Because you do good job.
I did a good job. You're right. I did a good job.
I don't know, man. I would have loved to have been able to work at a magic shop in my younger days.
This is where David Williamson blossomed at Magic Masters back in the day. He was working the same joint I was up in Washington, D.C. I think we've talked about this.
But look, we never had that luck in Australia. Me and Josh and I, like, there's one magic shop, and it's all right. I mean, it's not even that. There are 2 technically, but one's online, so it doesn't really count.
Well, y'all are young, but when I was a kid, they had magic shops, right? They had them. Now they don't have them anymore. But they were. It's where you got magic. Now you get it on the internet, and you have got it on the internet since the early 2000s. So
yeah, but it's not it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same at all. No, it's not. And the experience of working in these places is invaluable, and that's what so many young magicians are missing out on, is understanding how much crap is out there. The
other thing is like magic bars as well. Like, being able to go to a bar and do close up behind the counter and stuff, like things like that don't really exist in Australia. Like, they're pretty common in Japan and the UK, but
they're becoming the magic dining is becoming popular in the States. They're popping up all over the country. They were pre-pandemic, and now they're starting to reopen up. So there's several across the country doing well. Chicago Magic Lounge, they're opening back up. Magic Castle's opening back up.
Oh, the only thing I hope is that one day someone opens a magic bar in Australia. Doug spends a weekend with Bob.
Man,
Can't tell stories until
Bob, we could tell some stories, bro. We'll do that one day.
I can only imagine a weekend with us three and Bob is much like the Hangover movie or something.
What?
Where
Josh should be the
interesting
responsible one that
stories.
ends up doing it with a lady boy.
I end up with one tooth missing, a tattoo here, and who knows what else.
That's it.
On that note, gentlemen, I bid you good day.
That's such a gay finish.
Yeah, you're right. In fact,
Missy, you wouldn't set that up in real life in front of my face, you bitch.
just get someone to run past you in a circle with a sign.
I'd pay that. That'd be funny as. All right, end it.
That would be pretty funny. We'll see you guys next time. We'll see you on the Patreon in a couple of days. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. It's time for us to disappear now. But we'll see you again on the next episode of The Magic Guys.